Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade.
All right, guys, today we're going to be checking out stuttering Dr. Umar Johnson and his finances. Now, we're not going to watch this video so much because we already talked about it yesterday, but we're going to dive into more of his finances. So for the people who have not seen that previous video, just check out my channel. We're going to run this a little bit and then get into the details of his finances.
Intercontinental Ifatunde RB Jesus, coming to you live and direct from Philadelphia. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. Peace.
Oh my God, stop repeating yourself. It's so absolutely annoying. But real quick, guys, before we get into the video and his finances, subscribe to the channel. Let's run the video.
I don't think so. No, 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 no.
Subscribe now.
No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
Now, guys, the part that you guys are going to watch that I think is very interesting. This comes from Pocket Watching with JT. Now, he pulled his tax returns for his company and the donations. This is the part that I find very interesting that I think that you guys really need to see is that how is he spending the money? How is he getting it all? And all JT going through it, and then we're going to break it down as we go on there. Remember, guys, we're live, so if you have any questions or comments, let me know.
Welcome.
Thank you for the people. And
Thank you very much.
Alternative explanation as to why Dr. Umar is where he is today. All right, so now let's go pocket watching. Here we go. I have every single tax return this man and his organization has filed with the IRS. I have the 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and the most recent 2024 tax returns. According to each and every tax return for the past 5 years, his organization has collected over $400,000.
that is crazy. Since he's been giving his organization, people have donated over $400,000.
We are going to be rich.
Now, for the people who don't follow Dr. Umar at all, basically this individual has been promising a school, promising an academy for his selected people, chosen people, whatever, you want to go down that line. But the crazy part is since he received so much in donations, has anyone actually seen all this stuff? And when you start to look at how long he's been on social media like Instagram, TikTok, and other platforms, he's been giving a lot of money, and for him to have zero for 2 years for 2020 and 2022 are basically some alarms and red flags right there. But let's see what JT has to talk about a little bit more.
$405,913 in donations. Now, here's the thing that's a little bit odd. 2 out of the 5 years, this man is claiming that he collected absolutely no money.
No money. I mean, for these types of race hustlers, donation hustlers. I mean, this guy, zero. I mean, it's pretty big
In donations. So in 2020, this man claims he did not collect 1 penny in donations. And in 2022, this man is claiming he accepted or collected absolutely no money in donations. Now that seems extremely odd for a man who posts videos online like this.
Donations, 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 gifts.
How do people do this? Like, it just blows my mind that people are giving money willingly to Dr. Umar Johnson, and he hasn't like delivered on any of his promises that I've seen so far. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong or not, but it just kind of blows my mind that this guy will keep shoveling, keep hitting that race card, keep hitting that so-called, whatever his hashtag he goes through, just for people to give out money like this stuff. And like, I just feel like I really wish that people would think this stuff through. But I think since he plays his race card so deeply, like, you help feeling the problem.
Oh, yes, the victim.
Good job, Rob.
At what point does personal responsibility become a factor in this equation?
You guys gotta stop. Like, this is crazy right here.
Gifts. Gifts. More gifts. More gifts.
It's extremely hard to believe that this man was able to go a full year, 365 straight days, without getting one penny in a donation for tax year 2020 and for tax year 2022. All right, now let's dig into the expenses. Where is the money going now?
I love this part. So let's read this through, guys. Total expenses. The Academy reported a surprisingly low total of $71,412 in expenses over these last 5 years. Notably, these filings showed zero expenses in 2020, 2022, 2023, and 2024. So for you guys to understand, like, nothing's being spent on. Like, this is kind of interesting. Like, if these are true books, I'm not saying that he's lying or anything. Just say they're all true. What's the money doing? You're donating for the last, come on, it's like 4 years and no expenses? What's happening with the money?
According to his financial reports, he is claiming that over a 5-year period, he spent a total of $71,412 in expenses. Now, that sounds good if you're trying to make money, but the problem is this. Over that 5-year period, he is claiming that every one of those dollars was spent in only one tax year, 2021. So you're telling me in 2020, 2022, 2023, and 2024, you spent absolutely nothing in business expenses. So no utilities, no repairs, nothing in 4 out of the 5 years of the organization.
That is crazy. This guy's supposed to be promising a academy, a school for the people, and there's nothing being done. Like, these are like really easy things to like to point out. Like, Dr. Umar, where's the utilities? Where's the plumbing? Where's like a paint job? Where's like I don't know, a roofing error, or like anything that's being done for the school? What's being spent on? Because so far, if you're saying that in the last, since 2021, there's only $71,000 being spent, and we go back to the previous part, like here, let's go back over here. He's collected all these in donations over here, and nothing's being spent on. You're blowing your money. Like, I mean, I don't understand why people are donating money now to him because he's in this predicament. It seems like if you're possibly mishandling the money now, what are you gonna do with the future funds? Mishandling them even more? So let's go back over here, back to JT.
In business expenses. So no utilities, no repairs, nothing in 4 out of the 5 years of the organization. In your words, that sounds a little bit...
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Like, you would think that was like a repeating thing. You know how they have like memes, like repeating memes? Nah, that's him just saying it 3 times. So for guys who are just coming into Mr. Umar or Dr. Umar, this clown repeats himself 2 to 3 times just to drive a point. And just to make this a little bit more funny, like, we'll go through his little video a little bit more.
My Central American Africans, peace and Pan-Africanism to my Canadian Africans, peace and Pan-Africanism to my New York, my Carolina, my Texas, my Phoenix.
We got Egyptian Goddess 1111. Greetings to everyone. Eventually, all bad deeds will end. Thank you for the comment. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And it's crazy that we're talking to about this guy today, but he's one of the, I would say, the biggest race hustlers or slash, what's it called, culture vultures, like grifters out there. And I mean, he's in this position, and it's funny because it's like Dr. Seuss, man. We'll just go through the more.
An announcement. I'm only going to keep you a few minutes. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars.
Okay.
This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars.
That's the first time.
I logged into my account just to check my balance because I haven't done so since I left for South Africa back on July 10th.
Okay.
only to discover that I could not log into my account. I could not log into my account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. They had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account.
He repeated it 3 times.
So then I called the bank.
Just to show you as an example, guys, this guy is like Dr. Seuss brain. Or cat in a hat, whatever.
Absolutely nothing in business expenses. So no utilities, no repairs, nothing in 4 out of the 5 years of the organization. In your words, that sounds a little bit...
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Another thing that seems a bit odd.
We got another comment. He's been scamming for years. I mean, when you have a guy who repeats himself like Dr. Seuss, like this guy, I mean, I just don't get why people buy into it. To me, he's obviously a clown. I mean, we got to play our Clown Town clip. Where's our town? I'm a clown. Welcome to Clown Town. And people donate to him. I just don't get it, man.
Is the fact that over that 5-year period, each and every year, Dr. Umar Johnson is described as the executive director of the organization and claims that he works 60-hour weeks every single week out of the year over.
That's crazy. If you're working 60-hour weeks for the last like 5 years, just say you're doing that for all this time, and you're not using any expenditures, you're not using any business funds, something doesn't sound right. So maybe it is true. I have no idea. But you have to really think about it. If you're working 60-hour weeks and you're working for this organization, trying to make it bigger or trying to advertise, whatever, you're just working with this organization for his academy. How are you not spending money? Like, if you have to really like ponder that, you're going through all these types of things like building, water, you're dealing with the contractors, you're driving from place to place, you're doing a lot of things on the phone. You're not spending any money. Because like, if you start to really break that down, like in the last 5 years, there have been zero expenses. Has he just been working for free on some type of, working for free and also not spending any money and not doing anything with it? It's kind of crazy. And like that's why, to me, like when I start really thinking about like Dr. Umar, it seems like he's either really good with money or extremely bad, or there's too many red flags happening that he has zero expenses since 2001.
The executive director of the organization and claims that he works 60-hour weeks every single week out of the year over a 5-year period, but yet he claims absolutely nothing in compensation.
Absolutely nothing in compensation, 60-hour work weeks. It just kind of like there's more red flags in this, and I think that Mr. Umar, I'm doing the Mr. Umar now. Oh man, it's funny. Is that if you're working 60-hour weeks for years and you're not even spending a dime, wouldn't that be a red flag? And if at that, so he's talking about in the very beginning of this video, like there's been some, I think it's about right here.
So then I called the bank.
Okay, listen.
And the bank told me that my personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account.
Now, do you see why that would be? You just went the last few years working 60 plus hours a week for years, and you have no expenses. Does that make sense? Like truly ponder that. Like, I don't know if Dr. Umar even thought about this. I mean, he's probably have to rhyme it to himself or repeat it. I went 60-hour work weeks for years and no compensation. I want 60-hour work weeks with no compensation. 60-hour work weeks with no compensation. You know, the Dr. Seuss thing. He has to repeat himself over and over and over again just to drive the point. I mean, unless he's not knowing he's doing it, he's just doing it out of habit, which is a good possibility because we got this guy. I mean, I know he has a degree, but doesn't deem he's intelligent. But we'll go back to JT.
In compensation, he gets paid nothing for all that hard work. All right, so now let's dive deep into these numbers and see what the story says. So based on the information provided by Dr. Umar and his tax filings, FDMG had a cash balance at the beginning of 2020 in the amount of $518,048.
Woo! That's a big chunk of change for this organization. I wonder how he spent it. Well, we only have 1 year, of expenditures. What's the rest doing? Is he just planning? I mean, there's so many questions that Dr. Umar should directly answer to this stuff, especially since JT actually brought this out to light. Because I've been trying to do a lot of research on this, and I saw, basically pocket watching with JT had it all in one lump. So that's what we're kind of reacting and, building upon this video.
Pretty good. Over $500,000 in cash at the beginning of 2020. But by the end of 2024,
oh my God. Let's go back like a few seconds.
Of 2020, over $500,000 in cash at the beginning of 2020. But by the end of 2024, its cash balance was $56,162.
So, does anyone get it, guys? Like, oh man.
Lucky bastard.
We're talking about a bunch of money missing. Now, I don't know what he's done with it. I don't know if he's going to get, not appeal, but basically readjust those previous filings. And because this is crazy. You're talking about nearly $400,000+ just in just gone. And I don't think the audience or his audience or people who watch him know this stuff. What's happening with the money? Is he living off of it? Is he sustaining his lifestyle? I mean, he's reporting it's not going to his academy because I don't see. Has anyone actually seen the actual academy? Been there? So, and I mean, this is one of the big things about this guy. So far, I mean, it's not looking so good. But I bet to him, he's going to be like.
So that means during that 5-year period, the cash of this organization decreased by $461,886. But it gets worse because we actually have to do the math on the profit and loss of each year. Based on the information that's provided in the tax returns, the organization actually had a positive cash flow of $330,501. That means the organization made money over that 5-year period. So when we actually run the numbers, that's a discrepancy of actually over $792,000.
Dang. There's a discrepancy of over $792,000. So if we go back to this point over here,
I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity.
Is it possible that they shut his account down because of fraudulent activity in the last couple of years and they're finally catching wind to it? Because if JT is right about there's a missing or there's a discrepancy of over $792,000 just to drive that point in deep, just to drive that point. I mean, just to drive. I'm doing the Dr. Umar right now.
Goodbye, everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. But Dr. Umar, but if you start looking at this, guys, this discrepancy is so massive that I don't see this on other channels. Like when I'm going through the information, like trying to do some more research on this, I don't see anyone talking about what the heck's been happening with his tax returns and what's wrong with his school. Like these are simple things that people should definitely be checking out.
We were able to dig in to the numbers and see where some of that money went.
Ooh, I wonder.
Well, based on the information, in 2020, that is the year where the real estate of the organization was purchased. Now, I'm giving him saying that he spent $436,996 on the real estate. That may not be the true number, but that's what he claims the property is worth. So I'm going to give him that as a cash deduction. Now, he also claims that he paid off $54,361 worth of debt. So that is also a deduction from the cash balances. And he also claims that he was able to invest $141,278. So we still have a discrepancy of almost $160,000. So where did this money go?
That's a damn good question. Where did the money go? Well,
And it's gone.
it's all gone. He's probably put into Juviar Jim's hands, or he gave it to one of the other trading influencers, because you know they can flip your money as fast as they can, right? They can just go make $10,000 to $20,000 like it's easy, right? But just on a serious note, like, yet these types of discrepancies are not brought to light on many other channels, or not brought to light to, like, just on the news. Like, this is a big problem. You have this big influencer was a large following having only 2 accounts, and he can't access the money, and there's there's red flags on his tax returns and with the current amount of money, since there's only a sitting balance of like $54,000, and if there's a gross of over $700,000 happening, what's happening with the money?
So we have Dr. Umar Johnson claiming that both his personal and business bank accounts have been frozen due to the evil and jealous acts of his haters. But as another option, we have the pocket watcher conspiracy theory that could say, listen, maybe the IRS and other government agencies are looking at these tax returns that have crazy inconsistencies of money coming in and money going out, and they put a hold on the account because they have the same questions that the pocket watcher has.
I think same questions that any logical person would have. How are you having zero expenditures? There's a gross amount of nearly $700,000, and then you're coming down to $54,000 at the end of 2024. Something ain't right. And just to run it back, so I know we got to run it. I know we got Dr. Umar right there. Let's see him here to say it again. This is out of his mouth.
Account, as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity.
Okay. Fraudulent activity. Okay, we're running back a little bit before that. Let me see. I like the...
Both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on...
So there is an investigation happening, and I just wonder, I would say this. Does he realize how he's been spending the money and versus how he's been filing his taxes? Because maybe there is some error happening. He has to go back and do an adjustment, or say, hey, I messed up somewhere down the line. That's possibly what's actually needed. Or he's been funding his lifestyle or something like that, just to make like a hypothesis. Like, is he funding his lifestyle off the donations? Because it seems like the donations are really, really helping him out. Because even through this video, like, he came on and made a whole Instagram reel about this, or Instagram video, asking for donations like this right here.
Not log into my account. I could not log into my account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the donation to FDMG.
Oh, there it is.
Let's wait until all definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude.
Gosh.
If you have sent a check or money order donation to FDMG, let's wait until August the 1st, Black August, and see.
I don't know what that means. What does Black August mean? Does anyone know what that means? Like, seriously, what does that mean? But beside that point, you can see he curated the whole video just asking and begging for donations because he can't have access to his money. Now, This is a massive red flag, guys. If you guys don't see that, JT brought up the whole problems with his tax returns, what's happening with the current amount of money, and that he's pretty much, I mean, right now he's admitting that he's pretty much going to be living off of the donations. So if you're going to donate to him, I can't tell you what to do with your money, but I'm going to do it. You know, there's no way I'm going to be looking dumb giving out money.
I do not want to look dumb. I don't like looking dumb.
No way, no way. I mean, let's listen to it a little bit more, and then we'll go back to JT.
If this situation has gotten cleared up. They told me they sent me a letter to this point on July the 10th, the day that I left for South Africa. I was told that the timeline of suspicious activity was June 25th to July the 10th. I was told that the timeline for
My gosh. Stop repeating yourself. But it's just that I do find it kind of questionable that they did say the investigation was during that time period. Maybe there was something wrong. Maybe he's all legit with this stuff, and the red flags can be, you know, answered for. I just think that I would agree with JT that there's possible government agencies looking at his finances because he's a public figure. You don't have millions of followers on Instagram or all, you know, collected all together and without the government looking at you. Once you're a public figure, you get scrutinized possibly more than others do. If you're getting scrutinized and looked at and your balances don't make sense, I mean, maybe they do. Maybe, you know, you have zero expenses in 2020, zero in 2022, 2023, 2024. But when you compare that to the donations a little bit earlier, you have a couple 100,000, 0 and 0, 200,000 and 84. But when you go back to here, that, you know, his thing had a positive cash flow of $330,501 over the same year period. So there's a discrepancy of over $792,000. I think that JT did an amazing job pointing this out. Look at the original video, guys. I want to give back to the original content creator, Pocket Watching with JT. Absolutely amazing, guys. I think that it'd be, you know, advantageous that you join his channel, check out also my channel, and this is where we're going to play something to help out the channel, guys. Let's hit 9,000 subscribers and join us.
Join us. Join us. Join us. Join us. Join us. Join us.
Join us.
Join us. Join us.
Welcome to the family.
Now we're gonna keep. What I'm gonna do with this, guys, is, you know, pay attention, study up more about this, find other videos that can give us more contextual, you know, information about Dr. Umar and what's happening with him, because this is pretty wild. You have such a big guy, a big influencer, and he's broke. And I wonder, not broke, just doesn't have access to the money. I wonder what happened so the balance can be dropping so far. I mean, we're gonna finish off with JT right here.
$141,278. So we still have a discrepancy of almost $160,000. So where did this money go? So we have Dr. Umar Johnson claiming that both his personal and business bank accounts have been frozen due to the evil and jealous acts of his haters. But as another option, we have the pocket watcher conspiracy theory that could say, listen, maybe the IRS and other government agencies are looking at these tax returns that have crazy inconsistencies of money coming in and money going out, and they put a hold on the account because they have the same questions that the pocket watcher has. Where is the money going? If you're working 60-hour weeks, why are you not getting paid? How can you have multiple years where you claim you had absolutely no money in donations, but at the same time you claim that you have multiple years and absolutely no money in expenses?
JT, you are destroying him.
That was light work. Whose ass am I going to beat next? Because they not ready for these hands.
Oh my gosh. You will laugh, though. Dr. Umar has a lot of, I would say, if the government agencies are kicking in and trying to figure out, oh man, it's going to be painful.
Maybe, just maybe, it's not your haters who has your financial situation in trouble. Maybe it's your own inability to properly report the inflow and outflow of cash for the organization. And for those of you who are unaware, both the state of Pennsylvania and the Internal Revenue Service has already put Dr. Umar Johnson and his academy on notice that he is unable to collect funds as a nonprofit organization because of his lack of transparency and providing the financial information they requested. Thanks for.
That is crazy, man. He's bringing up some of the most important facts when it comes to transparency. Guys, let's go back and bring up one of the most important charts of looking up a fake guru and see how we can apply it to Dr. Umar, okay? So we got our fake guru checklist, guys. If you need it, I can just send it to you. It's going to be in the group. I think it's in the group chat. Like, when it comes to transparency, guys, think about it. This guy had some ridiculous claims of his accounts being frozen. You know, this guy has a lifestyle. I mean, when it comes to like the no trading, it would be like no showing up to school. You know, no. So to me, this checklist can be applied to many things or many people that you follow. So if you're following a fake guru, possible fake guru, or following an influencer, try to use that checklist to see if that person's legit or they're just trying to ask for donations or more money out of you. You know, that's pretty much what the money hustle, the culture hustle, or race hustlers get into.
For watching Pocket Watching with JT, we are going to stay on top of this story. Subscribe and hit the like button.
All right. Great video, guys. Just more love back to this channel, Pocket Watching with JT. Also, guys, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 9,000. And thanks for hanging out with me this late night. I know you guys got better things to do than listen to me talk about this funny character, but I like Dr. Umar Johnson. It's like listening to Dr. Seuss, listening to Dr. Seuss. Oh, you know what? Let's play that clip one more time.
Listen up. I got a very important announcement. I need y'all to listen up. I got a very important announcement. I'm only going to keep you a few minutes. This morning, I received a text message.
We literally could save half the video of time just because he's repeating himself. But yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll do 2 to 3 more videos since we're out of YouTube jail. Thank you guys for making it.
Welcome.
Oops. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys on the next video. Let the light out a little bit.
Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you all in therapy.